Alright, so we have a Ghost as a new Netflix movie. It dropped a couple days back. I watched it on the second day it was released, and the critics said it wasn't very good, so I came in with my normal expectations, where I think I would have fun with it, but it's not always the greatest. But who knows what I thought. I will tell you right here in this video, but before I do that, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below. What did you guys think of We Have a Ghost? It's a new Christopher Landon movie. If you don't know who Christopher Landon is, he directed Happy Death Day to You, and Freaky. So he's a pretty well-known director at the top of his game in his career right now, and so obviously a new movie's gonna be on everyone's watch list, and this one also has Anthony Mackie, who plays Falcon in the MCU, and David Harbour, who's not only in the MCU as Black Widow's dad, but he's also in Stranger Things, he's in Violent Night, so he's a up-and-coming actor as well. So obviously this is probably going to get a lot of views on Netflix, and so let's get started with what did I think of it. And let's get to the positives first, because let's be honest, We Have a Ghost is pretty bad. I did not like this movie at all. I think that this is a stupid, terrible writing, waste of talent, no direction, time waster on Netflix that just feels like a movie they just pooped out and threw on Netflix. That is what this movie is. I don't like using that phrase, but I gotta describe it using this movie. But I'm gonna tell you what I thought was good about it before I get into everything that did not work. First of all, Anthony Mackie, I really enjoyed his performance. He can really prove that he's not the Falcon. A lot of MCU actors will go into the MCU and come out playing their character. This guy was not the Falcon. He was a great actor. He had different emotions. He had a nice character arc throughout the movie. He did a pretty good job with what the script held, and everybody else was okay. It wasn't like the top tier acting, which sucked because David Harbour was in it, and David Harbour was a severe waste of talent. We'll get onto that in a few minutes. But everybody else did an okay job with the script they had. It's also enjoyable at times. It's got that ironic enjoyment feel to it, to where it's just a E.T. type movie about trying to get a ghost, and it's very fun. It's got a couple jokes. The first act had some pretty funny jokes. I laughed at it. I enjoyed it a lot in the first act because this family's chemistry was pretty okay, and the writing did have some good jokes in there, and that's about it for the positives. Anthony Mackie, it's fun at times, and the first act is pretty good. Besides that, wow, what a movie, man. What a movie. Where should I begin? This is one of the worst movies I'm going to talk about in a long time, which sucks because I didn't necessarily hate it. I'm not going to give it like an F or anything. It's definitely not bad as Morbius. It probably won't even be in my bottom 10 of the year, but I don't know, man. We Have a Ghost definitely had that one ring to it that just did not work. First of all, we're going to talk about this time. And when I was going into it, I was like, oh, this is 2 hours and 7 minutes. I bet it doesn't have to be 2 hours and 7 minutes. Amen. It did not have to be 2 hours and 7 minutes. Wow. That is a long movie. It felt like a 3-hour movie at times because this pacing is god awful. We get in there, and we start out in the first act, and I'm like, that's a well-paced movie. And then we keep going, they run away with the ghost, they run away from the FBI, and then all of a sudden, I feel like, yeah, there's a good half-hour more time in this movie. I clicked the pause button to see how long it had left. It had an hour and 22 minutes left? Half-hour worth of stuff stretch out to an hour and 22 minutes. And not that the time really fixed anything, because it just added in with scenes of them standing around, talking, and unnecessarily having this weird scene where they're in the motel and very out of tone with the movie, where the ghost is trying to get this guy to go on a date, and it's a really weird scene. It doesn't work, but we're replaced with a good 90-minute movie with an hour and 20-minute movie, or an hour and 27-minute movie, that just has meaningless scenes and it stretched out so long that I just got bored throughout the entire movie. And talking about the tone, where's the tone for this movie? At times it's like, we're a Disney Channel original movie, and at other times it's like, screw you, giving you the middle finger, and I'm just like, where's the tone? What's happening here? We got several mentions of something I'm not going to say because I don't want to get copyrighted strike, but several, just like in that weird scene, it's just randomly saying that, and so it tries to go for the kids movie, but then it tries to go for like the classic rated R stuff. This movie definitely wouldn't have been better if it was rated R, or just strictly rated PG-13, because I don't need to see all this stuff and then mixed in all the kids movies. And especially with that, with the finale is a grown man, like a 70-year-old man, trying to kill 2 children and their parents. There is no tone here. The tone set up like this is just going to be a heartwarming movie and all that's going to be fun. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, okay, the finale is this guy trying to kill this man and his children. What is happening? I just sat back and I was like, where's the tone here? And there's one more positive that I'm going to get through here. The tone mixed well when it was with the emotions. The emotions did kind of work, especially with David Harbour's character's story. It just fully came out of there, fully developed throughout the entire movie, and by the end of it, there was some heartwarming moments that brought a tear to my eye. That's what really worked about this movie, was some emotional moments. Mixed in with there, it works with the kid aspect side, but not with like the more mature. You could see that the writers and the director definitely clashed over this movie. The writers wanted a kids movie, but Christopher Landon is like this hard R director who's probably like, nah, we gotta make this rated R. But they clashed over it, so they just got the PG-13, and it just doesn't work. It really does not work. The writing here is pretty bad. Talking about the tone as well, we get into there, and so many things do not make sense. There's a twist here that is very crucial to Ernest. Ernest is sitting in his cage. This lady walks up. She's like, okay, I've been trying to capture you for so long, but the movie's just not going to explain the reason why I'm just going to let you out of this cage and escape. Seriously, the movie's like, oh shoot, we got Ernest trapped. The kids are about to die by this man that makes absolutely no sense that we'll get to in just a minute. What should we do? How do we get him out? Oh, that's right. We have this one lady that is intent on capturing ghosts, but has to let him go, and I don't got a reason why, so we're just gonna let the movie have it. Don't worry, only kids are watching this movie. And I'm just, what? There's one part where these kids have a police chase. They run from the police, and this police car smashes into a semi-truck, destroying the whole car. Number one, the cop just gets out fine. He's like, darn you kids, come here, I'm not injured at all, even though I hit the semi-truck going like 70 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden they get home, they're caught by the police, and the movie's just like, oh, my bad, these are kids, you committed a national felony, you can go to jail for the rest of your lives. But nah, they're just kids, so we're just gonna send them home. It hurts my brain. What were they thinking in the writing room? The twist here is absolutely terrible. Originally I thought, oh, you know what, that works. The lady letting the guy out of the cage is because she's her daughter. No, there's another daughter, and that works in the emotions like we talked about earlier. But as we keep going on, I'm just like, okay. And then there's a twist here where this one guy, the Ernest's friend, it's revealed that he killed him, and that works as a twist. But then he goes to his family's house and tries to kill him, and we're like, why? We're, as the audience, like, why are you trying to kill him? They had no idea that you killed him. Ernest can't talk. It's like, did he get, like, in his brain, did he get this guy, did he get Ernest figuring out the problem? Because he just, there's no reason. There was no reason for him to just turn around and try to kill his family, because nothing at all indicated that they knew. It just makes no sense. It's like, we have to have a twist, let's throw that in. It makes no sense. It's a waste of talent as well. David Harbour doesn't speak. Why does he not speak? I don't know. He would have had great chemistry with everyone on the screen, but he's just standing there doing random moans half the time. He's good for what the script gave him, but it's just a severe waste of talent and waste of Christopher Landon. If this movie was just rated R, if Christopher Landon got what he wanted, we could have had a totally consistent, good written movie that probably would have been in the top of the year. I've only seen 4 movies this year, so that would probably not really say anything, but it could have had potential. But it's just a waste of talent. No direction whatsoever, no ideas. They just threw this movie out on Netflix. That's what they did. They're like, we need a movie on Netflix, we're gonna throw out We Have a Ghost, and it's one of the most totally inconsistent, terrible writing, waste of talent movies that I have ever seen. Definitely, especially the fact that the movie isn't 2 hours long, just got me bored, and I just lost interest at the entire movie. There was a little bit of positives here. It's not like Morbius, it's not like any of the worst movies from last year. It's just not a good movie whatsoever, and one of the most flawed movies I have seen in a long time. But before I give you my final score, make sure to join me down below and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below, what did you guys think of We Have a Ghost? I obviously didn't like it. I want to know what you guys thought. It's clearly intended for families, or is it? We don't know because the tone doesn't exist. So you guys go ahead and tell me your experience with the movie down below. With that said, We Have a Ghost. Anthony Mackie's pretty good. It's enjoyable at times. It's funny at times. There is some solid emotions, but the writing is terrible. The direction is terrible. The pacing and how long this movie is god-awful. There's a waste of talent. It's just one of the most flawed movies I've ever seen, and it's so boring, it's so dull, it doesn't bring anything to Netflix. I wouldn't be surprised if it landed in my bottom 10 of the year. It's just not a good movie. So, for We Have a Ghost, it is getting a C-. I know what you guys are thinking, a C- for this flawed movie? No, if I enjoyed it, which I did at times, it could be fine, but going out of this, if I give it like a D or something, I would have feel like that's way too low, so I just gave it a C-. But I got several videos coming up. I might go see Cocaine Bear this week. I might go see Creed 3 next week. I might go see Scream 6 the week after that. There's a bunch of movies coming out that I'm way behind. I'm not going to see Ant-Man in the theater. I'm just going to wait till it goes out on Disney+. Knock at the Cabin will be on Peacock in a few weeks. There's several movies coming out, so stay tuned for several reviews. Also, on my second channel, I Seen Shotgun Wedding. Spoiler alert, it's my favorite movie of the year. Woohoo! I've only seen 4 movies, so that doesn't really count. But I'm going to have a review of that popping up later this week, maybe even today. So with that said, you guys join me down below in the comment section. Tell me, what did you guys think of We Have a Ghost? And with that said, subscribe to the Nerd Army. Peace out.